Have you ever heard a story so ridiculous you just knew it couldn't be real? That's what I thought about the legend of the Hollow Man in my hometown. I never believed it, until last week when I found out the truth. Let me back up. The Hollow Man is the kind of story kids tell each other around campfires. According to the legend, he's this shadowy figure who lives in the woods just outside of town. People say he's hollow because he doesn't have a face, just an empty black void where his features should be. And here's the creepy part. They say if you call out to him 3 times, he'll show up, but he doesn't come for you right away. Instead, he waits until you're alone. Like I said, I never bought into it. I thought it was just one of those dumb urban legends to scare kids into staying out of the woods. But last week, my friend Jake dared me to test it out. We were hanging out with a group, and after a few drinks, the idea didn't seem so crazy. So we went to the edge of the woods around midnight. The air was cold, and the trees looked like skeletal hands reaching for the sky. Everyone was laughing and joking until it was time to actually do it. Suddenly, no one wanted to go through with it. Of course, I didn't want to look like a coward, so I stepped forward, cupped my hands around my mouth, and yelled into the trees, "Hollow Man! Hollow Man! Hollow Man!" Nothing happened. No eerie noises, no shadowy figure, nothing. We laughed it off, feeling a little stupid, and went back to Jake's place. That night, though, I couldn't shake this uneasy feeling. I kept thinking about how quiet the woods had been, like even the animals didn't want to be there. I told myself I was just psyching myself out. But then things started getting weird. The next day, I noticed someone watching me. Not outright stalking. More like I'd catch a shadowy figure out of the corner of my eye. But when I turned to look, no one was there. It kept happening. On the street, at the store, even in my own backyard. By the 3rd day, I was freaking out. I called Jake to tell him about it, but before I could get the words out, he said, "Dude, I think someone's following me." He described the same thing, shadows, glimpses of movement, that awful gut-wrenching feeling that someone was always there. That night, I woke up to the sound of knocking. It wasn't at my door. It was at my bedroom window, my 2nd floor bedroom window. I didn't look. I couldn't. I just pulled the covers over my head and waited for it to stop. When it finally did, I thought I was safe. But in the morning, I found handprints on the glass. Large, dark handprints smeared in what looked like ash. Jake didn't answer my calls after that night. I went to his house, but his mom said he hadn't come home. No one's seen him since. I decided I couldn't just let this go. I needed answers. So I went back to the woods, alone. I don't know what I was hoping to find, but what I did find, it's been haunting me ever since. Deep in the woods, there's an old well, almost completely hidden by overgrown vines. I'd never seen it before, and it wasn't on any map. I don't know why, but something drew me to it. When I got close, the air felt heavier, colder, and then I heard it, a faint whisper, coming from the well. "Come closer," it said. I froze. My brain screamed at me to run, but my feet wouldn't move. Slowly, I leaned over the edge, staring into the darkness below, and that's when I saw